Alright, hello everybody. We're starting vaguely on time this week.
Whoop whoop.
My name is Andrew, aka Cold Warcase. With me, as usual, is John, and we're gonna keep playing the great Ace Attorney Chronicles. So last week, things actually happened. There was actually a murder. I moved my desk.
Oh, did you move it like the 5 inches over?
To a better place, so my chair actually rests in the middle of the desk, which is nice.
I like that we got a follow-up on that.
Yeah, you know. I know. It's important to tie up all these loose plot threads.
Yes.
Alright. So we were going to check out Herlock, but he is in surgery. So We're going to go somewhere else. We still have to go to the Chief Justice's office to pick up Susato. We have to go to the prison to talk to Gina.
Yes.
And then probably go back to the crime scene. And then probably after that, Herlock will be out of surgery and we'll talk to him and he'll drop some kind of bombshell and then we'll be to be continued to the trial. Is my guess. 16th April, local prison, cell 13.
Dump, dump.
Hello, Gina. I like how they never take away the prisoner's items or put them in a prisoner uniform or anything. They always just have all of their personal effects in the cell with them.
Well, that requires a new model.
Exactly. And they let her keep a gun?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you still have the grenade launcher Hurley and I made.
I wish you wouldn't point it at me all the time, though. What are you here for?
Jenny!
I have a feeling it's because of us that you've ended up in trouble. So we were thinking we might be able to help you. Ah! Well, you can't. Sorry. You heard, get lost!
Don't be like that, Jenny. I know you didn't do it.
Oh my god, I don't know why so there was this game I played when I was in high school called Tales of Symphonia, and there's a character who looks just like Iris. And I just now realized it.
What kind of weeb shit game was that?
It's an extreme weeb shit game. But it had co-op, so it was fun. Anyway, moving on.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, Persea is very similar.
Yeah. You'd never shoot someone I just know you wouldn't.
You think you know me? Pull the other one.
Oh?
You ain't got the first idea about the likes of me. I'm a thief. I pinch people's purses when they're walking down the street. That's how I get by. And if I saw me chance, I'd sneak into a pawn shop any day of the week.
But that doesn't make you a murderer.
Let's just see what I could lay my hands on. Get it? That's the kind of person I am. Okay, so who's she protecting?
Mm-hmm.
She's either protecting us because she thinks that investigating it will be bad, or she knows who really did it and she doesn't want them to get caught. I don't know.
Yeah. I think ultimately she's helping the Gilded somehow.
Mm-hmm.
But Jenny!
I'll be in court tomorrow, they said. Some cub came by before and said he'd be a lawyer for me, said it was my right or something. But I told him to get stuffed. I don't need no lawyer, I don't need no one. This accent has changed dramatically. She couldn't be staring at me anymore, obviously, if she tried.
Why are you being like this, Jenny?
Converse. Legal representation. I don't understand, Gina. Why'd you send the public defender away? He wanted me to sign some papers, representation papers or something like that. It's all gonna be rigged anyway, the whole trial. They'll pin it on me because I'm a kid. That's what grown-ups always do.
Yep. Yes, Donald Trump. Why do you think that?
It's because of my tiny hands. Because Because that's how it's always been for me growing up in the back slums. My whole life. If you do what the grown-ups tell you, it'll get your mace dragged off by the coppers, or worse. I've had it happen to me before and all, been sold out and nearly snaffled on the back of it. Snaffled. You can't trust no one, that's the point. As soon as you do, you're gonna grass, dead. Gina, listen. If you like, in tomorrow's trial, I could... Forget it.
Jake! Don't you trust Runo?
Jake says, get snaffled, kid. Nah, I don't. Look, I'll ask you a nice thing now. Just leave me alone.
It's not a question.
Well, you tell us what happened, Gina. I'm gonna completely ignore what you just said. Last night at the pawnbrokers, you know, the place where you could turn in an item and get a amount of money and then retrieve the item after paying the agreed upon interest.
Yes, a place that one would consider to be the safest place to do this, better than banks in all of London.
There's nothing to tell. I figured it'd pay me, so I broke into the place and started going through the storeroom. But the old bloke walked in on me and... You know the rest. This voice, I cannot get this voice going.
But why, Jenny? Why would you do that?
Ain't it obvious? The place is full of stuff I could sell for a shilling or two. Diving ain't easy, you know. It's a lot of work, and half the time you don't even get nothing. Is that really why you broke into the place? What? Are you sure the true reason wasn't something else? I'll give it a rest. What'd be the point anyway? Nothing I could say would make a blind bit of difference.
Please tell us, Chicken. We'll believe you whatever it is.
Jake says I didn't know the slums of London were on Staten Island.
It's all the same.
Believe me, don't be daft. You can't believe nothing. Everybody lies all the time. And you know what? When it comes to liars, I'm the biggest of the lie. I've told some unforgivable lies, I have.
What do you mean by that? What unforgivable lies? You mean our love isn't real?
I know this is a complete tangent, but the whole accent thing reminded me that, like, apparently, like, a lot of modern American accents are closer to what British accents were like in the 1700s than what British accents are like now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was an affectation that was created after the fact, like in like the 1800s, because they wanted to seem posher, I think. So like the modern British accent, or like the modern London accent, is like created. Like it was created.
Yeah, the received pronunciation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unforgivable lies. I bought 4 avocados at the self-checkout lane, but I said it was 3. What did you mean before, Gina, when you said you were the biggest liar of the lot? Why don't you tell us what these unforgivable lies you told are? Maybe we can help. Sorry. We're out of time. They're gonna want to question me now. Where did the avocado go, Gina?
Jenny, please, where are the avocados?
I need some toast. Oh, yeah. I wanted to give you this. Something to remember me by. It's a snow cat. That's not the same cat. A photographic print of a really adorable cat. Okay, do you think it's our cat, but like covered in snow, or a completely different cat, and there's like a cat crime ring going on?
Cat crime ring, like the cats who killed the shopkeeper.
Yes, I found it. I found it in one of the pockets of this coat. Ain't no point in me having it.
I wonder what little photograph like that was doing in a pocket of that overcoat.
It's a picture of a cat. That's it. That's the whole explanation. We've got him here.
The owner of the coat liked cats. The end.
Anyway, don't bother coming again. Bye.
Oh, Ginny.
The white cat photograph has been entered into the court record. I wonder if I can present the picture. Nope.
Did you want to look at it first?
Yeah. This is an adorable little cat. I think it looks a little like Wagahai. I always thought that cats like to curl up inside under the heated kotatsu blanket when it snowed. Hey, British cats are different. I mean, maybe they live outside, they don't have a kotatsu. Oh, shit! Look on the back of this print here. There's something written on it.
13th February, 9 o'clock p.m. Article deposited. 1 small box.
That's 2 days before the trial.
Yes.
Loan amount paid 10 shillings. Redemption deadline 13th April, 9 o'clock p.m.
Small box. The manuscript is supposed to be in a small box.
Oh, also, fun fact. Do you know what those orbs represent?
These? No.
Yes. Pawnbrokery. And specifically, they were created and designed to represent weight and balance. Like scales for, like, you know, currency and things like that. And so, before literacy was common, you would see 3 globes outside of a pawnbroker shop. Or even, I even think it extended to some banks or things like that. And like the barber spiral.
Yeah, same thing with the barber. Yeah, the barber spiral is like a bloody towel around the pole, right? Something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, and what it is it's not actually about barbers. It's people with steady hands. So surgeons would also have that kind of like, I think surgeons it was just red and white, and barbers were like blue and white. Or like red, white, blue, or something like that, and it was done because like the whole idea is that it represented a person who had smooth hands, or like steady hands.
Smooth hands.
Yes.
So this photographic print is a redemption ticket. 13th February. Oh, as you.
Oh.
13th February. That could be significant.
Yeah, Jake is absolutely shocked that there's plot in the back of a picture.
It was just 2 days before the murder of the omnibus, wasn't it?
Small box. That doesn't tell us much about it, does it?
Bruno, if Mr. McGill still had the ticket then, presumably he never redeemed the article. So do you think the box might still present somewhere in the shop?
Oh, yeah. It's something McGill deposited. We need to investigate. The white cat photographs information has been updated in the court record. Alright, guess we'll get the fuck out of here. Alright, well, she's doomed. See you later.
Wait, could we not present?
No.
Oh.
Oh, is it a separate button? Not a... You know, we'll go back and find out. 16th April, British Supreme Court. Lord Chief Justice's office. Dun dun.
Dum dum.
Yes. No matter how many times I come here, I always get the same sense of oppressiveness somehow.
Can't imagine why.
Yeah.
Do you think this place is oppressive? I think it's normal.
Oh yeah, the giant gears is normal. Do you think the giant gears are loud as fuck? Like,
they would have to be. Well, like, did you ever go to the Chaos, like in the comics?
Yeah. That was so loud.
Oh yeah, like you just imagine that.
Yeah, and then like on the hour when the bell, I guess we're like in Big Ben or something. Like when the bell goes off, like just gonna go deaf, dude. Every hour.
Oh my god.
How so? How is this normal?
I mean, look at that suit of armor over there. You can't take that seriously, can you?
I mean, that's not what normal means. Maybe it thinks the same about you. You child. So everything is clear with regard to tomorrow's arrangements, I trust.
Yes! Thank you very much! Nailed it.
Yeah. There they are, Susato-san and Lord Strongheart.
I wonder what they're talking about. They both look very serious.
Very good. There is nothing further to discuss. You may return to your lodgings. No doubt you have much to do in preparation for your return to your homeland. Wait, what did he just say? Your return to your homeland? Susato-san!
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo!
What was all that about?
You know.
Ah, Mr. Naruhodo. Thank you for coming to... Why he turned French? Thank you for coming to collect your colleague. What's this all about? Why are you talking about Miss Susato's return to her homeland? And... tomorrow?
Tomorrow? But what about Judy's trial?
You mean she's been formally charged now? Oh dear.
Oh yeah, present is the button here, so maybe I could have presented that picture. Gee, I'll go back and try it after this. Miss Susato, what's this all about?
Oh, please don't concern yourself, Mr. Naruhodo. It's only me going back to Japan. Your life here can continue just as...
That's not what I asked! What happened? Why are you leaving?
It's my father. He's fallen ill.
I forgot he was a character.
Oh no!
God, I sure would hate to have a dead dad. That would be terrible. Professor Mikatola. I don't even remember.
If I may.
There you go. Yes, sorry.
You must be the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe.
Yes, that's right.
My name is Eugene Mikatola. I am a professor of forensic medicine at Yume University.
Are you being Sulu?
Maybe.
We received an international telegram from the Empire of Japan informing us of the news.
10 days ago, father collapsed with a fever. The cause is apparently unknown. And it seems he grows weaker by the day.
Yeah, so realistically, by the time you get back to Japan, he'll be dead.
He'll already be dead, don't worry about it. I don't believe it. As you are aware, the voyage from here to your country's capital, Tokyo, takes some 50 days. I thought it would be prudent to hasten Miss Susato's departure as much as possible. Yes, absolutely.
I will leave London first thing tomorrow morning.
I can't believe this is happening. Gina's trial.
But who's gonna solve the case for him?
I know.
So Gina has been charged. She'll have to appear in court.
Yeah, she was formally charged a few hours ago. The date of the trial has already been set for tomorrow.
No, not even 24 hours later.
Gina, the Lestrade girl in the murder of the Baker Street pawnbroker, yes. An all too what the fuck? All too conspicuous case. The pickpocket was clearly disturbed mid-robbery and shot the man in a panic. No, the yard is overstretched as it is without wasting time on these open and shut cases.
It's not wasting time. Ginny would never do something like that.
Mr. Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, yes, Lord Strongheart? In deference of your fine services to date, I shall overlook this young girl's insolence. But I have no recollection of admitting a child into my office. Leave now.
Oh! Of course, Lord Strongheart.
Criminals will tell the most palpable lies in order to evade justice. The police can ill afford the time it takes to unravel all their untruths. Meanwhile, more crimes are perpetrated. We have far more serious matters with which to contend.
Oh, you mean like all the money that's being stored at the bank across the street from where Sherlock lives?
How did you learn about that? Serious matters? Didn't Gregson mention something like that yesterday? Oh my god, you called it.
Yes!
Yeah.
Inspector Gregson made a similar remark yesterday.
It's no concern of yours, though I'm sure I need not remind you of that. Well, why was there a transition to exactly the same screen? 3 minutes precisely until my next meeting. You must excuse me. I already told you to leave, but now I'm going to leave.
You can't leave unless I leave first.
There's just one more thing, Lord Strongheart. Oh,
why are you the villain?
Yeah, why are you obviously evil? Like, your character really hasn't done anything too evil, but you just look obviously evil. So we know you're evil. Which is... it's Miss Lestrade's trial. I wonder if you might permit me to defend her? A timely suggestion. Sorry? The girl currently has no representation.
But that's not fair.
I mean, we talked to her and she said she threw the guy out. I guess they didn't write, like, when they wrote it, they didn't know which order we do it in.
Yeah.
Yes, she may be a pickpocket, but she still deserves a fair trial.
Shut up, child.
Do not misunderstand me, young lady. The government provides for those too poor to afford representation with a public defender. The accused need only sign the relevant paperwork, and a defense barrister will be assigned to the case. However, the young girl in question has refused that right. How could she do that? A question you would do well to direct at Miss Lestrade. You'll find her at the local prison. That one prison in London.
Yes, the only one.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. Now then, it's time I was leaving. Good day to you. What a day. Gina charged with murder, Suzada-san about to leave.
Come, Mr. Naruhodo, Iris, we must make haste.
But Susie... You're leaving for Japan tomorrow morning, aren't you? Don't you have packing and things to do?
It's okay, we have like two possessions. Like, it's
yes.
like really, really fast to pack. Like, we have one
outfit.
Yeah, we all have one outfit. She has a book. She got that
fits in her sleeve.
Yeah, she got that like weird head thing that's in our room in the attic. It's like that Japanese like head thing we got from the author guy. Like,
yeah.
Really not a whole lot of stuff to pack.
As Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant, my personal circumstances are of no consequence. My sole purpose remains to help you in whatever way I can.
I mean, that's taking it a bit far, but thank you, Miss Susato. God, It's a very pensive look.
I think we ought to visit Gina first.
Oh, we did already. Yeah, we didn't really think you were that important, to be honest. Yeah, you were the last one on our list.
In any case, I should like to wish her well before I leave.
Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Let's go.
If I'm honest, this has completely thrown me off. I'll just have to do what I can as a lawyer.
Compared to as something else.
Yeah. Oh, now she's down here. 16th April. Local prison. Cell 13. Dun dun.
Dun, dun.
Oh, never mind. Ah! Jeez. Hello again, Gina. Woo! God, why do they let her keep that gun? What are you lot here for now? The muzzle of that grenade launcher shot at our faces yet again, obviously.
I think I need to improve the way you load ammunition into that thing, don't I?
Look! You can come as many times as you like, but I ain't got nothing more to say to you. I like this, like, diamond formation we're in here.
Oh, yeah.
Gina! I wonder if you might hear me out. There's something I'd like to say.
What?
That was perfect.
I'm sorry to say that I must reluctantly bid you farewell.
I mean, I know you're, like, about to die, but, like, don't you really feel bad about not being able to see me anymore? Like, hey, farewell!
Tomorrow I must begin my journey back home to Japan. I fear we may never meet again, especially considering you're not going to take Naruhodo's defense and you'll most likely be hanged to death.
Oh, right. You're Japanese. I forgot.
I had the pleasure of meeting so many lovely people here in London. I have so many wonderful memories. And you're going to die. And yet, as things stand now, it will be a plum party indeed. Glum!
A plum party. This.
Poor Iris is so miserable and insufferable.
Yeah, and you're so dead. Jake says, yeah, like that one memory of the grifter burning to death in a carriage.
A wonderful memory.
Susie!
Everyone in the chorus, like, gets some marshmallows. They're like, oh, this is so pleasant.
Oh my god.
Well, that ain't my business.
Both Iris and Mr. Naruhodo believe you to be innocent, Gina. They put their faith in you. But somehow, you can't find your heart to put your faith in them.
Yeah, that's right, I can't. What of it?
It grieves me greatly to have to say goodbye to my friends when they are so clearly unhappy. Because of you.
Ooh. What, it's my fault?
Yes.
Yes! So I have one final request, Gina, before our paths never cross again. Die well. Right here and now. I want you to show both of them that you don't deserve the faith they've invested in you.
What?
What?
Hey?
Only by doing that, you truly be as alone as you claim to be.
Oh my god. It's dark.
What are you talking about? What do you expect me to do, eh? I mean, we've known this girl, like, we've seen her 2 times, pretty much. Like,
Yes.
like, why are we all in on this friendship?
Well, she did teach us how to steal from each other.
That's true, that's true.
You've told us that everyone lies. So prove it by admitting one of your own untruths.
I'm gonna guess that she's not actually like some poor pickpocket kid.
Yeah.
What about you said before, Ginny? You said something about unforgivable lies.
You must tell Mr. Naruhodo and Iris the truth now. That is my last request before I leave. My last request as a judicial assistant.
No, I can't. Whatever these lies are, they're obviously weighing very heavily on Gina's mind. Gina, I could be wrong, but is this something to do with what happened 2 months ago? Something about that trial? It'd be sick. It'd be no transition, just do 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 do.
And then just Castlevania just boots up.
Yeah. A dude in the corner just like going ham on the organ. Like,
Oh my god.
the one in which Magnus McGilded was acquitted?
It's like, come on, Sergeant Smith.
Yeah.
Give it a rest.
The case of that mysterious murder that took place inside the omnibus? You were called as a witness by the prosecution. Is that what this is about? Do you think McGilded is still alive and like he like faked his death to like hide to go underground?
Oh, totally.
Okay. But then who actually died then? Because there was actually someone in there.
I'm guessing it was just like a random body.
Yeah, you're right. Because in that trial, I lied. I lied like you wouldn't believe. Bleh. Will you tell us about it now? Converse. But, you know, before we forget, let's see if we can present this picture. Oop, that's the wrong button. Damn, Jake hates avocado toast. He's like, yeah, the lie I told was that avocado toast tastes good. What a boomer over there.
Oh, man.
Here,
Clearly you've not had good avocado toast.
Here, Gina, look at this. Jake's like, it has no fucking flavor. No time.
I added whole grain mustard on it. It gives it a zing.
Dude, cream cheese and salt and pepper and a bit of olive oil. It's really good, I think. I wasn't saying you could have it. Oh, weren't you? Well, when someone says I can't have stuff, it makes me want it, see? So you better hand it over now. No, I'm not giving it to you. Even though you gave it to me.
She gave it to us.
Alright, that's probably a generic response.
Yeah.
Anyway, threw out 2 months ago. Like you said, it all happened 2 months ago. The coppers got hold of me and shoved me in the witness stand. And based on your testimony, Mr. McGilded was declared innocent. Yeah, well, the thing is, I lied about a whole bunch of stuff. I knew it.
Sort of lie about.
I was hiding under the seat that night. That was the truth. It was pitch black in that little cubbyhole. I couldn't see a thing. And then... thud. I heard that loud thud, like someone falling on the floor. God, IQ? Click on this tiny little button in the corner. And that's when Mr. McGilded discovered you? Yeah. He pulled me out from under the seat and sat me next to the dead man. There weren't much light to see by, but when I looked at me hands, I had the cub's blood all over him. I was so scared I couldn't even speak, and somehow all these witnesses confused me, a small girl, with a leprechaun. The dude is like round, like he's not the skinny street urchin. You know what I mean? Like, you cannot confuse these two people. I was so scared I couldn't even speak. You had his blood on your hands? In other words, it was Gina that the witnesses on the roof deck saw through the skylight.
Then Mr. McGilded started asking you questions, I suppose. Who you were, and why you were hiding under the seat.
Yeah, he did, only that's not all. What do you mean? I mean, he threatened me. threatened you? How? He made me swear about what I'd seen and what I'd heard. And about what he was going to do after the cub was found dead. He made me swear I wouldn't tell nobody about any of it. If I did that, he said he'd let me scarp her before the coppers showed up. Gina, you must tell me what he swore you to secrecy about. What you saw, what you heard. Everything. It's definitely not relevant, but please tell me.
Nah.
Whoa. What you saw? You said Big Gilded made you swear not to tell anybody what you saw. But you were in the pitch black compartment under the seat the whole time, weren't you?
Yeah, with Miguel sitting above your head, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's true, but it was when I heard the loud the thud of the cove hitting the floor. I let out a little scream. See, couldn't help it. Big Gilded heard that and dragged me out by the arm. And that's when I saw it. It was on the floor next to the old geezer what had been stabbed. A disc all bright and shiny.
A disc?
Do you mean? Yeah, that's it. The one what the D took off me at the window banks. So the music box disc was there on the floor of the omnibus. Not for long, McGilded spotted it straight away. He picked it up smartish and stuffed it inside his pocket. So that disc was in the omnibus 2 months ago at the seat of Mr. Mason's murder. And the bogtrotter told me I weren't to mutter a word of it to no one. What is on this disc? Like, what could possibly be recorded on a disc that would be worth like
sophisticated hard drive
several crimes?
with like every spy face on it and all sorts of shit. This is actually a James Bond game now.
Exactly. Yeah, it somehow like has impossible abilities. Like it like unfolds into more stuff. Like it's just it's got a fucking like gun on it somehow. Like,
oh. The music opens up like a quantum tunnel to another time or place.
Because it was so dark under that seat in the cab. So I just went through a train of thought. Like, some music teleporting you somewhere made me think of Zelda. And then do you remember when Thomas was playing Ocarina of Time?
Yes.
And he made the custom song on the Scarecrow.
Do-do-do.
Dude.
I think about that every time I listen to music from Ocarina.
Oh my god.
Every time.
So my brother was playing Zelda and he made that, like, there's a place in Ocarina of Time where you talk to the Scarecrow and you make like a custom song. And like he was like trying to make like the song, he's trying to, like, he thought he was playing, I think, is that the I'm Serious song or something? He was trying to play it and it didn't fit, and it like, so he played the correct 6 notes, and then like after a delay, played dude.
Yes.
It was funny. And then after the credits, it plays your custom song. So we all just lost our minds.
And it plays it with every instrument available in the game. So like one at a time.
Oh man.
Which I actually saw like a really funny, it was like 10 secrets in like Ocarina of Time that you don't know about. And that was one of them, is that the custom song you make, it plays it at the end of the game, but you have to wait until after the credits and everything for it to do it. And so like most kids would just turn off their console at the end, right?
Yeah.
And so they wouldn't ever hear it.
Oh my god. I'm so glad you remember that. Jacob and I still talk about that. It's like, oh my god. I was straight in my ears the whole time. After a while, I heard the door and footsteps inside the cabin. Presumably that was McGilda getting on board. Nah, not only him. Oh. Because I could definitely make out the footsteps of 2 people. Ah.
In that case, it would seem likely that it was Mr. McGilded and the victim.
Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason.
In his testimony during the trial, Mr. McGilden claimed he slept during the carriage ride.
But whenever I'm in the carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tiredness, and I always succumb to it.
And your own testimony, Gina, supported his.
All I could hear was what the Irishman snoring. Was the Irishman snoring? There was no what in their sentence. I added it. Yeah, that weren't exactly true. Neither of them was asleep. I could hear him talking the whole time in low voices. What? What were they talking about? Sorry, I don't know. The sound of the horses and the wheels was too loud.
Tells us something. Mr. McGilden and the victim knew each other.
So McGilden was lying, as I suspected. After the event. I knew it weren't going to take long before someone raised the alarm that the bloke had been killed.
Yes, you were quite right. The other passengers on the roof deck noticed very quickly.
But not quickly enough to notice the child climb out of the seat and then get placed where the killer was, and then, like, also vanish later.
Yeah.
So when the cab came to a stop, McGillen told me to hide back under the seat again. I climbed in and waited. The two cubs from up top ran out to get the coppers. Yeah, Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First. Right, and after they're gone, McGilden asked the driver to do him a favor. A favor?
Now then, fella, what I need you to do is to take this coat off mine and deposit it in a nearby pawnbroker. And for your troubles, let's see now. Hey, we'll give you 10 guineas.
A nearby pawnbroker? You mean on Baker Street, even though the original crime scene was nowhere near Baker Street?
Surprise, it was actually just down the corner.
Yeah, everything in London is actually like 2 blocks from Sherlock's house. Oh, I got the name wrong. Yep, you got it. It was Windibanks. The coachee stamped up the money and ran off to pop this coat as fast as he could. So then there was no one left in the carriage. McGillen opened the box under the seat and let me get out of there. But not without conditions. Yeah. Jake says London isn't nearly as big as you think.
No, not at all, clearly.
It's just Sherlock's home.
I see.
McGilden's conditions. What were McGilden's conditions then? For letting you go free, I mean. Not telling a soul, not for anything, about what I saw and what I heard. And there was something else as well. There's more? Yeah. This is the most important thing, he said. Whoa. Hello.
Sly Cooper?
Completely different art style for one frame. Yeah.
I'm after sending the coachman on a little errand for me, with some small change in his hand. Now then, did you hear what I asked him? Did you say anything at all?
You asked him to go pop your weasel, right? The fuck?
Aye! The fiend's taking me overcoat to deposit with a pawnbroker hereabouts. And I want you lass to take the redemption ticket for it. Do you understand?
What? You want me to have the ticket?
That's right. And I'll come fetch it from you later. Sometime within the next 2 months. You're to hang on to it until then. Is that clear? And whatever you do, don't lose it.
How is he going to find her? She's a street rat.
But as we've determined, London is only
You're
like
right.
3 blocks.
You're
big.
right. You just ride around on the top of a carriage and you see literally everyone. Like,
Yep.
all right then.
And in case I might happen to be delayed at all. You're to go to the pawn shop, Windibanks. So it is, and you're to extend the loan after the 2 months is up. If you forget, the article will be forfeited, and any old fiend could come along and buy it.
Hey, but I ain't got that kind of brass.
Here's £5. That shall be enough. Do you understand each other, lass? Don't try anything funny now, if you go against me.
Yeah, I get it.
Good. And one more thing. In a few days from now, you'll be visited by the police, I've no doubt.
The coppers?
Aye. They'll come asking you to take the stand in court to testify as a witness. So let's just have a wee chat about that, shall we? What it is that you might say, and what it is that you want. Riveting conversation.
That's you.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. After he'd gone over it all, I piked it. Got as far away from there as I could. I went to fetch it the next day once it got dark. So McGilda planned it. And coerced you into giving false testimony. I bet you're ready to string me up, eh? I lied in that big old courtroom. I told some corkers. The thing is, he said he would make it so we couldn't live in the East End no more. Then what'd he threaten me with?
What a wicked man.
He knew everything what went on in the back slums. He knew we had no one to look after us, and we was all just looking out for each other, getting by together.
You mean Mr. McGilden would have...
In an heartbeat, you could have had a lot of us chased out of there if you wanted. And then where could we have gone, eh? Nowhere, that's where. So, I didn't have no choice. Thank you, Gina, for telling us everything. Guards!
Arrest this woman for perjury.
But I'm for it now, eh? Go on, admit it. You must be livid. Well, you can make amends by doing me a simple favor. A favor? What? Sign the representation papers for tomorrow's trial. Eh? If you don't actually want me to represent you in court, you can rip it up later. We need that paperwork or we can't investigate. The police won't let us. Investigate what? The scene of the incident last night. Mr. Sholmes was shot, you see. You what?
He's having a big operation right now, Ginny.
Is it bad? Is he gonna be alright? Sholmes is gonna be alright, right?
He's probably going to end up like my father.
Who's totally alive as far as I know. That's why I want to investigate, for Mr. Sholmes' sake, as much as anything. Right. So what you're saying is, if I sign that bit of paper, everyone's happy, is that it? Something like that. Mrs. Otto?
Yes, of course. I have the representation papers here.
Of course, they're in Japanese, and you're probably illiterate even in English, but... I don't need no one to stick up for me, though. No lawyer or nothing.
Oh, Ginny, she seems so lonely.
Gina's representation papers have been entered into the court record. Well, at least this should mean we can investigate the scene at Windibanks now.
Yes, and perhaps we can come back to visit Ginny when we're done there.
Yeah, that'd be quick. After all, it's like 1 block away. I feel like we finally cracked Gina. She's opened up to us at last. Now I have her representation papers. No one else knows just what a responsibility that is. Anyway, for now, it means Inspector Gregson can't stop us investigating at Windibanks. Although something tells me he's not going to be happy about it. This is like the 4th to be continued in this case.
At least. Because I want to say we had like 3 or 4 last time.
Yeah. 16th April, 1:26 p.m. Windibanks Pawnbrokery. Dun dun. Here we are again, scene of the crime. So I just realized this pose he does with his hat is very similar to what Gina does with her hat.
Mm-hmm.
Which might make sense if she's actually related to Lestrade, who I guess is probably dead in this version or whatever, right? And so Gregson and Gina both got it from the real Lestrade or something.
Yeah, it could be like Lestrade was like his partner or mentor or something.
Hello again, Inspector. Do you have a minute, please?
For our Lord and Savior?
Yeah.
What is it now? You should go home and get some rest.
Here you are, Gregson. Here are the representation papers.
Your ladyship. Oh! I don't believe it. How the devil did you get that stubborn little ragabash to sign that? I salute ya. This is good work, this is.
I can see you've been very busy here as well. How about some tea? It's a special blend designed to relieve fatigue.
Glug, 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 glug.
He says, glug, 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 glug.
Yes. Ah, lovely. Well, let's see now. Yes, yes. I hardly feel tired at all. I'm fit as a fiddle, your ladyship.
Would it be alright if we investigated the scene of the crime then?
Do as you please. You know where it happened. Through that door behind the counter.
Yes, this is the storeroom. That's where I discovered Mr. Windibank and Gina.
Right, well, I'll be getting back to business then.
Will you be investigating in the storeroom as well, Inspector?
If I'm perfectly honest, we need to wrap this up before long. Can't afford to spend too much time on it.
Yeah, we can't waste much time on this kind of murder kind of crime. Yeah, we got jaywalking and parking tickets and shit like that to take, really important stuff.
Oh yes. But there are so many articles to go through, it's taken forever, even with the lads working on the clock. Which is a problem, because there's another case the Yard needs to investigate urgently.
Like, who let those dogs out?
Like, who? Who?
That must be what Lord Strongheart meant by far more serious matters before.
So what I'm saying is, don't get under my feet, sunshine.
That's a confusing metaphor.
Come then! Let us not waste any time.
I like to think she's punching us directly in the forehead when she does this pose.
Thud.
Okay, we can examine now. So we know that there's also a small box deposited. I don't know if it'll still be here. Maybe that's what they stole.
Yeah.
So what we really? There's nothing. Okay, here we go. Oh, is it? Okay, it's this lamp that's broken.
Yeah.
It's the same picture of the cat.
Bum, bum, bum.
There's the article ledger here, and Mr. Windibank's notes, and I almost said Mr. Wanky Bank. What's this? It looks as though someone has left a little photographic print behind.
Oh, look on the back! There's some writing!
Is there? Oh, show us, Susie, show us.
Hey.
15th February, 10:30 p.m. Article deposited. One gentleman's overcoat.
That's the ticket for the coat that was the issue yesterday.
Not amount paid. £1. Redemption deadline 15th April, 10:30 p.m.
Gentleman's overcoat pawned for £1? Clearly it was a very fine coat. In fact, I think...
Yes, it must be the tickets for the overcoat that Ginny redeemed yesterday.
It's still wearing. Which belonged to McGilded. Never have expected the redemption ticket to be handwritten on the back of a photograph, though.
It seems Mr. Winterbeck just used whatever piece of paper he happened to have on hand.
Except we know that not to be true.
But this photograph of a cat looks very familiar, doesn't it? In this exact same picture somewhere else recently.
Oh yes, you're right. Very recently. It's the same as the one Ginny gave us earlier.
Of course, I was forgetting that she gave us that print.
Well, what are you waiting for then, Mr. Naruhodo? Get it out!
Whoa, I think we're in public, come on. Alright, let the cogs turn. Slightly different.
Yeah, the cat's looking in a slightly different...
Yes, they're exactly the same.
Are these like the automated cameras that the Herlock set up or something?
Oh, no! It's the 3D perspective.
Oh! Nice.
Oh, and somehow it'll do something real stupid where it's like you can see behind a cat.
Oh yeah, it's like we'll load the pictures into the 3D thing, and then like it'll actually be a 3D environment where we can spin the camera all the way around, and then there'll be like the cat's like holding a knife behind its back or something. No, a gun. The cat's the one that did it.
The snowman is the one that's holding the gun.
Oh yeah, in the left arm that you can't see.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh my
God. I've got it.
The snowman did it.
These two photographs hide an amazing secret.
A secret? What does she mean?
You must tell us, Iris, at once.
Do you really, really, really want to know?
Yes, but you need to tell us all you know about this pair of photographs. Don't let us figure it out. As like a puzzle or anything.
Yes.
Pair of photographs. So Iris, about these two photographic prints. The one we found here at Mr. Winterbeck's counter and the one Gina gave us before. What is this amazing secret you mentioned that's hidden between these two identical prints?
Actually, that's not quite right.
Sorry?
If you look carefully, the two prints aren't the same. Not exactly.
They're not.
Have another look at them now.
Like, I wish the game would have like let us try to solve this problem.
Like, this is the kind of thing that I would, it would have been cool.
Can you see that they're just slightly different from each other?
I think so. It's very subtle though.
But what's the reason for the subtle difference between the 2 points?
Ah, well, it's because they're a set, you see.
No, I don't.
This pair of photographs is meant to be used in a stereoscope. Everyone in London is raving about them at the moment.
Stereoscope. Why do I feel as though I've heard that word before recently?
Oh, Mr. Sholmes showed us yesterday. You see? There it is, just over there.
Yes, of course. That magical machine that makes pictures look almost real enough to touch.
Well, actually... It's quite possible to see the same depth in pictures even without one of those contraptions.
Jake just says, Sholmes likes stereoscopic porn.
He does.
What, really? Well, let me see.
Do you know how a pair of fat photographic prints can appear to have any depth in the first place?
Oh my god, do we have to have this explained?
Yeah, we already had this explained
Yeah.
like twice.
No, I have no idea, even
Oh
though
my
we
God.
know this already.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful! Then I'll be able to tell you.
Get comfortable.
God.
Jake says, this isn't the last time either. God damn it.
What?
She's over the moon, bless her. Should we let her explain, though?
Oh yeah,
Carry
well,
on investigating the scene.
of course, because like we'll need to have it explained at least twice in court.
Yeah.
I, for one, simply have to know.
Oh, no. Oh my god, there's two of them? No.
Have you ever considered, Runo, how our eyes see depth in the world around us?
Well, I just opened them, and it works.
But the reason it works is because we have two eyes.
Two eyes. Shocking.
If you try closing just one eye at a time, I think you'll see straight away. What do you see with your left eye? And what do you see with your right eye?
Okay, I like that they actually did this effect with two different things here. That's a nice touch.
Yeah.
Ever so slightly different. You get a different view with each eye.
Did this come out on the 3DS?
Yes, I think so.
Ah, there you go.
Which is funny because it's like already, not only are they 3D models, but it's already like in 3D if you play on the 3DS. Like,
Yeah. So I wonder with like the left and right if it like turns off the 3D perspective.
yeah.
Yes, the position of objects seems to shift slightly.
Exactly. And in your head, your brain uses that to shift estimate depth as it merges the two views into one. That's how we can sense depth in everything we see.
Ah, my brain really is amazing, isn't it? It does so much without telling me. Which is probably for the best.
Ah, I think I see. So the pair of photographs
Go in a stereoscope! Yes! But how does that work?
consist of a left eye view and a right eye view. Is that right?
Oh, well done, Susie. You're so quick.
So if you can persuade your brain to merge the two pictures together in your head, you'll be able to see depth in these prints.
Yes, Runo, you're beginning to understand.
He's beginning to believe. And a stereoscope's function is to act as your brain and allow you to do just that.
Yes, but as long as you have two images, two eyes, and one brain, you can actually do it yourself without needing a stereoscope at all.
Can, really?
Let's try it. Let's see if you can view a pair of prints without the help of a stereoscope with my gun.
My 3D vision gun!
I'm dying to have a go.
Dying to have a go with my gun! Just Addison really loves this kind of thing.
You need to be able to cross your eyes. That's the main thing. Can you both do that?
Cross my eyes, I think I can.
Watch me. Anything if you can copy.
Oh my god!
Make your eyes do this.
Oh no. It looks like it's been, like, copied down the middle. Like, or
Yes.
mirrored.
Oh, let me try. Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo?
No, I don't think I'm ready for this. No!
There, how's that?
Wonderful. Now it's your turn, Runo.
Oh my god.
The trick is to concentrate on looking at the bridge of your nose with both eyes at the same time.
Jake is like, think of all the budget they spend on these animations.
Oh my god.
Not exactly an easy task when two people are staring at you cross-eyed.
Alright, that's enough practice. Now let's try looking at the prints.
Oh god, there's gonna be like some mini game of like having to move the images
Move your
closer or
eyes.
farther away.
Like, am I expected to actually do this? Like, I don't know.
Start by staring at one print and slowly crossing your eyes.
Whoa!
You should see two photographs overlapping images like this.
Whoa!
Now try to know.
I'm just gonna have to give it a try, I suppose. Oh, we were supposed to actually do it. Okay,
Oh.
whatever.
Did this print split into two images for you? Now the next step is to put the pair of prints side by side like this, and then to try crossing your eyes again.
Whoa, I can't do that. Alright.
The print should match slowly and two. They form a new single image in the center.
Oh, yeah! Mr. Naruhodo, it works! I can see in the middle now! It looks so real! Oh, I could look at it all day!
The cops are just like, what the fuck is going on over there? I wouldn't advise that. Your eyes might start to hurt.
Your turn, Runo.
We better get like a Ryunosuke,
Yeah.
like cross-eyed.
It'll happen in the courtroom, I bet.
Oh yeah.
Pretend you're looking through the two pictures and slowly cross your eyes.
Oh, I actually got it to work.
I've never been able to get this to work. It's probably like my astigmatism or something, but like I can't make it work at all.
Oh no, that's actually really wild. I've got it.
I can get two different images, but they don't line up. They like go farther away from each other.
Oh, and I'm even able to get them in focus.
Wow, aren't you special with your eyes? My brand.
Look, with your special eyes. Oh, this is neat.
Like this is it? Oh my god, please. I can't do this. It's not fair.
Managed it. So now you know how stereoscopic images work.
Well, I don't know who discovered it, but it really is quite extraordinary.
Like there was even like a depth in it, which was kind of neat.
Wow.
Like I mean, it was all faked depth, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they did it with like opacities and things like that with the two images,
Yeah.
or blurs. Sorry.
So what do you think of these stereoscopic prints then, Runo?
It's certainly amazing, but it isn't easy to get the knack of viewing them properly.
No, some people find it easier
Yeah,
than others.
John.
Nah, you know.
But that's why contraptions like this exist. For people who find it tricky.
Oh, that actually reminds me. In grad school, or no, my senior year of college, I animated the look with your special eyes.
Nice.
And like the line where, like the before, where she's like, "There's over 400 brands in a warehouse in Utah."
Oh, I recognize that!
And like Utah is a difficult word to animate.
Like the mouth.
Yeah.
We saw one over there yesterday, didn't we? If I remember correctly, you press this little knob here.
That's what she said.
Then set a pair of photographs on the stand at the back and... Huzzah!
It's still amazing, even though I know roughly how it works now.
Well, London seems to agree with you. Stereoscopes are very popular at the moment. You can find one of these folding contraptions in lots of households in the capital currently.
But these little machines are so affordable. Surely there's no need to go around staring cross-eyed at pictures like you hate them.
But But it's much more satisfying to be able to see the effect with your own eyes. Well, I think so in any case.
Stereoscopic pictures. I never even heard of them until yesterday. I've certainly learned a lot about them, but I wonder if it's knowledge that I'll ever actually need. Second white cat photograph has been entered in the court record. Alright, well, that was all from looking at the countertop.
The disc, yeah.
That's a music box. Do you have it then where you come from, Uno?
Yes, but I've never seen one as large as this in Japan.
Oh, well, this will be a treat. Shall we have a listen? What do you think? Isn't it a pretty sound?
It's a beautiful sound, yes, but it's a little hard to enjoy when all the policemen in the room are giving you fierce looks.
Never mind that. If any of them say anything, I'll tell Gregsy to have a word.
Iris Wilson, Superintendent of Scotland Yard.
That's a different song in disc, though.
Is it? I don't remember what the bill looks
I'm
like.
pretty sure.
At least they're scouring every inch of this place by the look of it. Instructions from the yard are to examine every article in the shop and every ledger and book of accounts. Every article? But that's a ridiculous amount of work, surely. We've been hard at it ever since the shop was declared a crime scene in the early hours. We're sifting through it all in shifts, at least, but still. We'll be working through the night, that's for sure. And even then, we'll barely even have scratched the surface. A crime in a pawnbroker's. Must be every policeman's worst nightmare. It's every copper's worst nightmare, you know, a crime in a pawnbroker's.
Yeah, those like candlesticks, I think.
These shelves are where the pawnbroker put articles that have been forfeited on display for customers to buy.
Yeah, it's a really strange miscellany, isn't it? I mean, who would buy this horse statue, for example?
Well, sometimes you can find real treasure among all the junk you know. Are you alright, Uno?
Oh, it's just, well, it looks like a collection of useless junk as a whole, but when you pick out individual things, you can't help wishing you owned them. That horse statue.
That is exactly how pawnbroker works. You're very clever.
Does that make us clever?
It was very clever. Wait. Oh, I thought this was our armband again. It's something else.
I mean, it does kind of look like it.
Yeah.
Oh, for a second there, I thought that was Holmes, but, like,
Yeah.
dressed up as a...
Yeah. This officer has been staring intently at the wall since before we came in here. Shh.
Oh, do you want me to do him?
Keep it down. Or, what the fuck was that? Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Sheesh, keep it down!
One sec. Oh, sorry.
There's a major clue just here.
Really? Then we must tell Gregsy at once.
Oh, yeah, blood and shit all over that.
Is that blood? Or is it how it's styled? I can't tell.
I think that's blood, like all
Alright.
over the date, because there's a bullet hole in it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
as soon as I report it, that'll be it. It'll be struck even longer.
Stuck here? What do you mean?
I haven't been home in 2 days already. I need another constable to relieve me and take over my shift.
We got Ian in the chat looking for Gary, but Gary's asleep in the background.
Oh.
They really do have a tough time, the British police.
That doesn't stop us investigating, though, does it?
No, I suppose not. Fairly sure it was the calendar he was peering at. Ah, look here.
Oh, a bullet hole, and I can see the bullet is still lodged in the wall.
That's an awfully big bullet.
Yeah. It's fucking elephant shot. Presumably Minister Windenbank wasn't practicing with his revolver in his spare time.
No, that would have been pointed at his head.
Yeah.
Oh! Mr. Sholmes likes to practice his drawing in his drawing room whenever he can. He's very patriotic like that.
What?
Sorry?
I thought that was only an American South thing.
Yeah. Herlock is just like, yeehaw! Oh my god.
It's all there in the adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, you know. Isn't that right, Iris?
Did I write something like that? Partly in jest, perhaps. You see, Hurley's a big pussy.
In jest?
Hurley's a liberal cuck who doesn't like guns.
What a beta!
Well, he doesn't do it often. It is quite a dangerous pastime.
He doesn't
I
do
would
it
argue
often.
his,
You should
I would
even do it
argue his
once.
copious use of cocaine.
It's
is
probably
a more
worse.
dangerous pastime.
Yeah.
Forget that for now, Runo. Let's examine this bullet.
Oh, we got follow from Ellie.
Hey,
Thank you.
Ellie. I'm going to take your follow as an endorsement of the quality
yeah.
of our voice acting.
Oh god, all my friends are here. What the fuck? How do I mod people? How do I mod people? I don't even know. What's that around the bullet hole? Is it blood? A suspicious red stain on the calendar.
Oh, I may well be able to help with that.
What?
There's nothing like the sight of blood to get the blood pumping, is there, Runo?
I have a feeling I thought as bloody minded as you, Iris.
Makes my blood run cold.
Shit. Hold
Blood,
on.
blood, 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 blood,
I'm
blood.
trying to meme in the chat and I'm fucking up. There we go. Alright.
There you have it, you see. When it comes to blood, we're all different types.
Yes, what a scientific observation.
So you need this.
Oh no, what is that scary looking thing?
Marley and I haven't actually come up with a name for it yet. But as soon as you see it in action, you'll understand what it does. Watch!
Oh, is it like the a luminol or something?
Yeah.
Wow, now we know there's blood there. Oh, the color of the bloodstain has changed.
It reveals the lizard people that are secretly in control of everything. Does it make sense now?
Oh, look, it's red again in the background.
Oh,
Yeah, I think I'm starting to understand.
Good. It works on the principle that different people have different types of blood, you see.
yeah.
Says it's
Lizard,
yeah.
lizard people blood.
Well, Ben says it's leprechaun blood, which makes sense because we think the bad guy's a leprechaun, so there you go. We figured it out.
Yes! How wonderful!
The chemical it fires combines with the blood and makes the change color. So you can identify whose blood it is that you're looking at in a flush.
Oh, is it like it reacts differently to like different blood types?
I'm guessing.
That's weird because it's like so old-fashioned because it's targeting blood type rather than DNA, and also ridiculous future technology because you can't actually do that. Like,
Yeah.
it's funny. Oh, update my schedule in the stream description. Wait, what's it on now? I thought, did I not change it from the Star Wars game? Is it still on that? Damn it.
Come on.
Oh well.
What a fabulous invention, Iris.
No, I said the previous line.
Oh, in the description, there's a separate Twitch schedule feature that I keep updated. I have not changed the description. Okay, good call. Thanks, Jake. Or, yeah, that was Jake, right?
Isn't it, isn't it? I bet Ginny would say it's bleeded great.
So whose blood are we looking at then? I guess I don't have any bots. I don't have any cool features. You can't find any cool chat commands. They're just spamming everything with exclamation points.
Well, all the chemical does it is turn the blood a different color, so... Just find someone whose blood turns the same color, and you'll know who it belongs to in a flash.
Just go around London cutting people, finding out what color their blood is. It's fine.
And then shooting them.
Yeah. It's more like 2 flashes, really, isn't it? What? I've lost
One
track.
flash or two. This could well turn out to be a very valuable clue. So we must make a note of it in the court record.
I feel like they like wrote a case where they needed DNA, and then they're like, "Oh shit, this is the past." I know the blood type color gun.
God.
The blood sample has been entered into the court record. Also, if that really is McGilded and his blood is green, that's gonna be pretty good.
Let's keep testing and adding the results of any other blood analysis to the portfolio.
It must be a Herlock though, right? Because he was shot like at the right angle that it would go through the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it like splattered someone else's like brains all over it.
As long as I have Regent left, sure.
Yeah, I guess-
Regent left.
If it turns out to be the shopkeeper, that would be a good clue, because I mean he didn't die in there, so the fact that she was found in there doesn't really matter.
Yeah. That's weird that it doesn't have a check. Oh, did it have a check mark over it?
Oh no. Oh, a green blood. It just seems wrong somehow. Like green ketchup.
Oh god.
Oh, there are all sorts of different colors. There are pretty pinks and purples too, you know. Like I said, everyone's blood is different.
I had purple ketchup when I was a kid. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I wonder
I
what
do
color.
think it tasted kind of different.
It's a grape ketchup or something.
Well, because there was purple and teal. Like those were the first 2 colors. And then I think they added. I think there was actually even a yellow ketchup.
It's just mustard. It's just
Yeah.
mustard. They don't tell you, and you just like, ketchup. I wonder what color my blood would turn out. Actually, I don't want to know. Dude, I want to know what magical color my blood turns into. What if your magical color is just red? Like, it just happens to be red anyway. Like, so we could go back to the crime scene and see if we can spray that blood back there.
Behind that door is the storeroom, isn't it? That's where Gregsy said.
Yes, and that's where I saw that dreadful scene last night. We're about to get a flashback to the room we're about to walk into. Through the little window in the door. Yep. Oh my god. Mr. Windibank face down on the floor with Gina beside him.
As the accused legal representative, you have the right to examine the scene, Mr. Naruhodo. We must make a thorough investigation.
Yes, of course. And we will. Behind that door, that's the real scene of the crime.
Don't worry, if there are clues in there, I'll find them.
But can we go? Is it
I think
a
you might have to move.
move? Okay. Yeah. Alright. "16th April. Windibank's
That's a-
storeroom. Dun dun.
Dun, dun. That's a really big gun.
Wait, what?
Like the gun on the
Oh,
ground.
I didn't even notice it behind the text box. Yeah, it's gigantic.
Like by scale. Like
Yeah.
that is a massive gun.
Ian says, I can't believe they killed the chalk ghost. Poor Iris. She's clammed up completely. Oh, yeah, we brought a 10-year-old to a murder scene. Maybe we shouldn't have done that.
Iris to find this difficult, but we won't explain why.
Yeah.
After all, Mr. Winnebig's life was taken in this very room only last night.
Oh, no. It says, canonically, she's 300 years old. Excuse you. Wait. Inspector.
What is it now, Sunshine?
You took one look at me and tried to run away.
You don't think a Scotland Yard inspector would run away from some jumped-up little defense lawyer, do ya? I just, well... I've never seen her ladyship looking like that before, is the thing. I didn't know what to say to her.
So you weren't running away from me, you're running away from a 10-year-old.
I'm afraid this is all a little much for young Iris. Some gentle reassurance might go a long way, perhaps, Inspector?
Don't trouble yourself unduly, your ladyship. I mean, at least you're not dead, are you?
Oh my god. I don't think that went very well.
Why?
I almost did like the Wario, like, wah!
Wah!
Look, I'm in the middle of an investigation here, Sunshine. And I told you not to get under my feet.
And we haven't getting to do ourselves.
Yes. I'd like to hear more of what the socially inept inspector has to say. And inquire into how Mr. Shelm's operation is going. The scene of the crime. So, Inspector, what do you make of the crime scene here?
Pa! You've got eyes, haven't you? Use them.
Yes, Ben. He carries his fish and chips around all the time.
Yep.
Literally, like, in court, in the Supreme Court office, on the crime scene, walking around the street. He puts them in his pocket in one of his animation. Yeah, always. This guy is always munching.
And it's a never-ending supply.
Yeah, yeah.
It is what it looks like. Nothing more, nothing less.
Iris, could you lend me a hand? Oh, he's just not traumatized anymore, alright.
So, Grexy, what do you make of the crime scene here? Oh, yes, your ladyship, do allow me to humbly explain. Last night, shortly after the hour of 1 o'clock in the morning, Scotland Yard police attended the scene. The one and only door to the storeroom was found locked from the inside.
So it was locked from the inside.
The lock appears to be broken now, though. Was that the police officers doing?
Quite right, ma'am. Quite right. We took the liberty of smashing the door in as humbly as possible.
Oh!
As you can see, the victim was discovered prostrate on the floor. That's wise. Oh, next to the aforementioned body, we discovered the vile gutter child.
So Ian wants to know where's the casino so he can wager his channel points, but, like, what are you going to bet on? Like, if we solve the case? Like, and, like, what reward are you going to get?
I guess he could bet on whether or not if we're able to maintain accents.
Oh, God, no, dude, you just bet against us every time, and it's free points.
Yeah, Lord Van Zeeks. No offense. And me and just a random juror.
Yeah, like, a character that you do, like, once every hour is like, oh, you're never going to get the same voice.
Nope, never. I'm surprised with now that like the Gilded is like quote unquote dead is the only time I can nail his voice.
Yeah. As soon as he like is revealed to be back alive, it's gonna fall apart.
Yeah.
How are you talking about Ginny? She's my friend, you know, Inspector.
Miss Lestrade, the hapless girl, was curled up on the floor, dead to the world.
She's still alive, you know. Yeah, when I saw her, she appeared to be unconscious.
And I'm afraid to say, she had the gun that was used in her hand.
No.
No. Presumably it's the gun that's still down on the floor now.
In her pocket, we found the key to the door as well.
What? The key to the storeroom?
Say, the storeroom had been locked from the inside, Inspector?
Okay, what did the police thing happen here? Like, she shot the guy, then locked herself in the room, and then went to bed? Like...
Yep. As one does. While the other two people shot Sherlock or Herlock and just left.
Exactly.
Correct. All of which leaves her ladyship's friend. And something of a sticky situation, I'm afraid. Obviously, my personal opinion is that it's all some sort of misunderstanding.
Of course it is, Inspector. Of course it is. Sholmes operation.
Gracie, do you know anything about Hurley? Is the operation finished?
He's just like, oh yeah, he died. I forgot.
Yeah.
Is Hurley alright, is he?
Is he safe?
I found him. He was alive.
Weller, the thing is, you killed him.
Don't mince your words, Inspector, please! You don't need to say that Mr. Sholmes is...
So
It
everyone...
seems that in your anger, you killed him.
Everyone is spamming my Gary emote in the chat, and Ian is like, I have to go to tier 2 for Ash. I only have 2 emotes. I have one like regular emote and one tier 2 emote. I can't put them both on the same level. So I had to pick one of my children to be my favorite, I guess.
Let's be real. Ash is... He's a big boy. He deserves tier 2.
Exactly. The chonkier cat gets the higher tier.
Yeah.
No. The operation done and dusted. It's just that, well...
Oh my gosh, you finally chopped somebody else.
Yes.
Now, spam! They use something called a general anesthetic. It's the latest thing. Renders the whole body insensitive.
It's a heavy bonk to the forehead. The whole body? Anesthetized? Is that even possible?
It means the operation can be completed while the patient is fast asleep.
Goodness! In the Empire of Japan, we could just manage to provide laughing gas for tooth extraction.
The trouble is, the latest thing isn't always the greatest thing, if you follow my meaning. They couldn't get the medication to work at first, so it took hours for it to not off for so a year.
So, like, Grandma Rager was actually allergic to most anesthetics.
Oh no.
And so, like, the first time she went under surgery, like, in her 20s, she died. And they had to, like, resuscitate her. And so it was, like she had, like, I think over, like, 20 surgeries in her life. And so they had to be very careful because, like, the types of anesthetics that she wasn't allergic to would not last very long.
Oh, wow.
So, like, they had to, like, time her surgeries to make them as short as possible. And then, like, they would also periodically just give her more anesthesia. Like, than like, what you would normally do. Because they knew that, like, it would just wear off really fast.
And now that the op's finished, they can get him to wake up, apparently.
Jake says, that was a shocking twist. Your grandma died before your parents were even born.
Yeah.
Like, You just
I'm
like
a ghost.
you just fade away like Marty McFly. Like just I don't exist anymore.
Oh
No one knows if it's the anesthetic still in his system or the bloke's just plain exhausted. But anyway, all they can do is stand back and watch until he comes around.
Don't worry, he'll come back just in time to pivot the trial around or something.
Oh yes.
Really? The moment he opens his eyes, your ladyship, I swear I shall get the word to you.
What a surprise! Even in matters of life and death, Mr. Schulm has to do things his way.
I guess we can like look around.
Got this massive doinker of a gun. This is a revolver, a real one.
quite possibly the murder weapon used to take Mr. Winneming's life.
Oh, I did see like a funny picture of a revolver. It was like from a game, but it had a magazine like in the stock.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was like a joke of like making fun of like how guns work in games, and so like the revolver had a magazine, and it's like gold.
I did not parse that sentence. I thought like they stuffed a paper magazine into the gun. Like why would you do that?
What's the matter, Susie? You really look like you're about to faint.
Well, it's just that I've rarely seen a gun in the flesh.
And I've had issues with guns in the past. I just can't stop murdering people. But anyway, we saw Mr. Winnebeck with us yesterday, didn't we? This fucking guy. I'd have to take my own life? That is not the same gun.
No.
The gun he had before was tiny. This one is gigantic.
Yeah, I mean, like, scale-wise, that gun is bigger than his arm.
Yeah. And last night, when I looked through the spy hole in the door to the storeroom here, that is not the same gun. It looks tiny in a child's hand. And on the floor, it's gigantic.
This told us that he only ever had a single bullet loaded in his revolver, didn't he?
Well, it's empty now. The one and only bullet he had in his gun had been fired.
Jake, I know they say it's the same gun, but like, oh, he says Gina's actually 7'6" tall. She's actually just massive. So we're fairly certain that only a single shot was fired from this revolver.
Not necessarily.
Well, I guess if we trust him that there's one bullet in there, but that being said,
Yeah.
I guess like they can't argue that like Gina also shot her lock. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, unless like somehow they're saying the bullet passed through Sherlock into the calendar.
Yeah. This could be the chest that the manuscript was in.
Mm-hmm.
I found the articles in the storeroom. This is the only thing that shows any sign of being ransacked.
Oh.
What is it, Iris? Are all of these random plot threads that we went like over for 3 hours going to suddenly tie in together?
That's the box file that my manuscript was being kept in.
Oh!
Iris's unpublished story, The Hound of the Baskervilles. Surely that's not what all this... Oh my god. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you.
We must check inside the box once.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
It's like, what's in the box?
It was there! The story was there!
What else is in there? Really, it was? Well, that's good news, isn't it, Iris?
Yes. I mean, of course, I believed earlier when he said it deposited here, but still.
Jake says, when Andrew is doing Gina's voice, that is Andrew's actual accent now, that he's in New Jersey. Yeah, that's right. I picked up the accent here. This is how I talk normally now.
Oh my god.
ENS, can you fill me in on the plot here? What did I miss? Oh, buddy.
Where to begin?
Yeah. What you really have to understand is how pawnbrokeries worked in early 20th century London.
You see, they functioned like a bank, but far superior. You could take your items, you could store them there, and with a small loan that you could use to then later repay back that pawn. Really, it was a phenomenal way of holding money through physical asset.
There you go.
But the whole plot of this is it goes all the way to the top. Like
Exactly.
that's yeah.
It's a relief to actually see it.
Really? 'Cause that's not a very well hidden frown. Jake says also Sherlock Holmes is Sherlock Holmes and he owns a little girl.
My God, what?
Oh my god. Oh, Gary's awake. I'm gonna go get him. Wait for the camera. I have to appease the fans.
Are you unplugged?
Alright, I did it. I got Gary on camera.
No.
Now it's on my shoulder.
Perfect.
Iris's manuscript has been entered into the court record. Let's check it out.
Wait, but we never explained why Susanna knew.
Yeah. I suppose we're gonna find out.
I can't find anything out of place.
What? Really? Also, I guess printed on pink paper. We're not gonna, like, look at it? Alright.
Huh.
Weird.
Did you look at the other thing?
Did I? Oh, the gun. No. Oh, this is the sample. Oh, we're gonna build this, like, whole catalog of different blood colors or something.
Okay.
This is the second one, which we've already discovered, but I guess we'll talk about it. This is the ticket that Gina brought in here yesterday.
Yes, having been entrusted to her by Mr. McGilded 2 months earlier. Article deposited 1 gentleman's overcoat.
Oh, there's giant
Yeah.
blood. There's a giant blood stain in this paper. I didn't notice.
Yes.
And the other redemption ticket was in the pocket of that coat.
Yes, for a small box deposited 2 days before the omnibus incident.
Could that have anything to do with all this?
Can you click on the blood?
Let's find out.
Mr. Naruhodo! I don't know if you've noticed, but there's something rather troubling here.
I have noticed. Who pays £1 for a coat?
The red smear, you mean?
Yeah, who got jelly on this? Yeah, it looks like blood, doesn't it? I wondered if Susanna sounded picked up on that. Oh, Gary sneezed in my hair. Alright.
No.
Well, in that case,
Yes, we need Iris.
just show this to her before we forget. Pawnbroker's ticket, coat. Alright, how do I show it to her? Jake's like, look, child, blood! Look at all those articles that have been deposited. The room is stuffed full of them.
I can't believe how many there are.
I know they talked about how secure this is, and it's just like shit piled up on the shelf. Like,
Oh yeah.
there's like a model boat there. It's not protected at all. It's just there.
Which I also think that's what, like, the Dutch flag?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
A bicycle, a gramophone, musical instruments, even some enormous paintings. Look!
Pieces of different people's lives quietly gathering dust in here together. It's like an episode of Storage Wars. There's something very peaceful about the atmosphere in here. At least there would be, if not for the chalk outline on the floor and the policeman shuffling around.
Not much I can do about that, Sunshine.
Alright, so we'll look at the body. Police have marked the position of the body with a chalk line. Oh, Gary, what are you doing? Make up your mind, Gary. Here we go.
Poor Mr. Winterbank. He was a nice old man.
Well, he was short. He was shot just once through the heart. Most likely, the fellow died instantly. He would have felt a thing.
He just, like, writes in his own blood. Ow, 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 ow.
Oh my god.
This must be his blood, then.
Which I don't understand how being shot in the heart would be an instantaneous death. Because, like, there's still blood in your system to pump to your brain.
Yeah, I think you get a few seconds or something.
Yeah.
Ah,
I don't like to ask such a wretched time, Iris, but I wonder if perhaps you could shoot that.
don't worry, Susie. I'm ready for action.
So, now we know the color of the chemical turns when it reacts with Mr. Winterbank's blood.
It doesn't match our analysis of the bloodstain we found in the main shop.
No, but let's add the sample of the others we've already collected anyway.
Blood samples portfolio has been updated in the court record. Alright, what am I missing? I got the gun, right? Yeah.
Yes. Those film, yeah. I think that's it.
Can I present this? Inspector Grace, could you give me your opinion about this, do you think?
We don't tend to share Sunshine. Not with the general public.
Ugh.
Hey, that's great, Gracie. How about some apple tea?
Oh, Gary's gonna play with the headphone cord now, so if I get unplugged, it's his fault.
Glug.
Glug,
Glug,
glug, glug,
glug,
glug.
glug, glug. Ah, lovely. Very much. That really hit the spot, your ladyship.
You don't mind sharing that, then? Gary. Okay, that didn't help us. Do we just move out of here?
I guess.
Try one more, see if I can find anything else. Nope. Cool. Let's see. So where can we just talk to Iris to give her the thing?
I assume Baker Street?
Oh, that makes sense.
Or maybe in here.
Oh.
Yep.
Alright. I want to present it.
Oh, that looks like blood.
I would say it's from a gloved finger, almost certainly a glove made of leather.
Well, don't worry, Renaud. You can leave the rest to me.
Poof. Oh man. Ian points out that Iris is wearing leather gloves. Look at that.
And she does know how to use a gun.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a color we haven't seen before, isn't it?
We simply must add it to the portfolio of blood samples. It could be an important clue.
So that means 3 different people were shot, because it would be like unless, right? Like it doesn't have to be the person with the gloves' blood, right? They could have got their gloves dirty with like Sherlock's blood or something, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It makes you think that someone else got shot. Okay,
Yeah, I mean, I assume at least 2 shots were made.
like Naruhodo looks down. And he's like, "Oh, I was shot too." Like he's just bleeding out of his stomach the whole time.
Although, it would be nice to find out whose blood these different colors correspond to at some point.
Well, this particular stain of blood.
Oh, you've had an idea, haven't you? Do you know whose blood this is?
Should we?
Well, you always say you think you know who it is, but yeah, I have an idea whose blood it is. Let's try to figure it out retroactively. So it's not Mr. Windibank because his blood was blue.
Uh-huh.
It
Wait. Flamboyant guy. Did he have a cut on his hand?
yes, because a disc cut him. Now the chat's saying that it was Gary, and the glove is a red herring. And he had the ticket for the thing. Eggs Benedict. Not from the color turn, but with a little deduction.
That's right, I think it's clear.
Chris, you know as well?
You first, Runo, who do you think it belongs to?
Alright, I believe that this is the blood of... Wait, what? Alright, well, that's not what I expected. Oh, Gary fell off my lap. Took a kind of a rough landing. Sorry for that, Gary. Everyone behold it, he's okay.
Oh, it might be Magnus McGilded. Because his gloves had blood on them.
Oh, that makes sense.
But then
Yeah.
how would we have had his gloves for the trial?
Or Gina.
Yeah.
Shit. I'm totally lost out. Okay, so it's not Windibank. Would make sense for it to be Thrice Fired Mason. Well, no, it wouldn't be Gina. No, hold on. Oh, no, it is Thrice Fired Mason. Because regardless of who handled this, they would have had the Mason's blood on their hand. Because Magnus and Gina, they never got cut. So it could be their glove, but it's going to be a Mason's blood. Okay. Logic. Thrice Fired Mason?
You don't sound very sure of yourself, the way you trailed off there.
Well, it was 2 months ago now, in that case. And of course, I never met the victim, so I'm struggling to remember his name. He's definitely thrice fired, though.
The victim? Of the omnibus case? Yes, his name was indeed Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. But that would mean that this blood stain was left on the ticket 2 months ago.
Oh my god. Yes, I think it was. Well, I thought we already knew it was connected. Like, if we don't know that this ticket is connected to that case, then it could literally be anyone.
Yeah.
Gina brought this ticket here to Windibanks yesterday. I'm suggesting that the bloodstain was already on it at that time.
So it's a smear of blood from the time that Mr. Mason was killed 2 months ago.
Something else is coming back to me now. Mr. McGilded was also wearing leather gloves that night.
Now I ask you, What good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to have a fellow bleeding from his stomach? I was about to start worrying about my gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand.
Perfect. So it does look like a leather-gloved thumbprint, this mark. But we know that Mr. McGilded had no injuries at the time anywhere on his body, from which we can conclude that any blood on the glove belonged to the victim, Mr. Mason.
Mr. Naruhodo, you sound just like Mr. Sholmes.
Minus the quirky slip-ups, I hope.
Yes, I think you're right, Runo.
Very well. Let's make a note of this.
The details of the pawnbroker's ticket for the coat have been updated in the court record. Jake's sister's auto took mood stabilizers. No, Ian, there's no real failure state. There's no different endings. Like, if you get too many things wrong in a trial, it basically just sends you back to the last checkpoint. If you get it wrong, like when you're just talking to people, they either just tell you what the answer is or they bring you back to the question.
Can we talk to her about anything else?
Let's see. No. So we're at the 2-hour mark. I think it's probably a good place to stop because the next thing is probably going to be going to the hospital or something.
Yeah, and dealing with Sholmes.
Yeah. You said you're going to be busy next week?
Next Friday. I should be free Wednesday.
Okay. All right. In that case, we'll save it. We'll get back to it on Wednesday.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thanks for spamming all the Gary emotes in the chat. I'll probably.
I mean, how else will we know if he's a good boy unless
exactly.
everybody spams?
I'm probably just gonna play Jackbox with you guys anyway. So, see you soon. Bye.